Let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the Killjoys after show for the season finale of Killjoys. It is season 3. We're talking Wargasm. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. I'm joined by my whole crew. Team Awesome Force is here. Stephen Lemieux.
Hey guys, I am back in the flesh. Unfortunately, I was not in the flesh last time. I was pulling a Lucy and just saying some words from the ether. But I'm back. You can follow me online at Stephen Lemieux, STPHENLEMIUX.
Excuse me, Lucy doesn't say words from the ether. She is very real and tangible. She's just not biologically human.
Yet.
Except for that one time.
Can we bring her out of the green? Can that happen? Let's bring her out of the green.
Lucy.
Zach Wilson is here.
Yes, guys, Zach Wilson here. All apostrophes present.
Oh my God.
All apostrophes.
All the apostrophes.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, all the places at that Zach Wilson. No apostrophes.
I'm Yael Tygiel. You can find me at Yael Tygiel, YAELTYG. IEL, let's jump into Wargasm because we have a lot to cover.
It's the finale.
It's the finale, and what an amazing finale.
Every character, like, shined.
Yes.
Like, every character got their moment that just fit with exactly who they built them up to be.
I agree. I think this was definitely my favorite finale of the season. There have been the last 2 weeks very good finales. That's gonna sound no.
What do you mean, like of the Killjoy season?
Of the Sci-Fi TV season.
Okay.
If you listen to my next sentence,
Winona Earp and Dark
Winona
Matter.
Earp, Dark Matter, Game of Thrones. This was my favorite.
This was a great
finale.
episode. It had all the elements that you want in a finale, in that it brought a close to the arc that this season was all about. Like, the story of this season concluded, but it also set up some crazy, insane stuff that we're gonna have to deal with next season that while we had hints of, this opened up in a whole other way.
Yeah, it was a properly done cliffhanger. It made you want more, and it made you so excited to see what that all means, which is kind of what we had at the end of last season.
And made me want to see what the negative versions are of, like, all of us. What is a negative? Just blonde. What does blonde Yael look like? Not Yala, but Yael.
They're pictures. Let's start with
Internet. Get to work.
Calm down. Let's start with the beginning of the episode. Kendry takes Dutch. It was all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan. I'm sorry.
That was great. But also, we got an answer to last episode. We were very confused as to when Aniela and Dutch switched, and it seems they didn't.
They didn't switch place. Like, it was potentially possible, like, with the way that the show laid out. I'm
glad they didn't.
Confirmed, in case anyone was still curious. No, they did not switch at any time.
What I realized was I have a habit of watching the show and taking what happens at face value, right? So Dutch says, I have something I need to go and do, and then we see Aniela kill Alvis, so that makes me believe that they have switched, or that is what happened. And you two watch it and go, this is to mislead us, and here is what it probably means. Whereas I go, oh, what is that? Oh, that's what it means. You guys go, no.
Well, they do that in the show a lot, though. Like, they end on a line and then cut to another line that could potentially make sense with it, but you know it doesn't. Like, even this episode, you have, like, we've got to go face our greatest enemy, and then it cuts to a scene with, say, a Kendry saying, so, what are you having me do here? So, like, they do it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just want to applaud you on being smarter than me. That's really what I'm applauding.
All right. I accept it.
You're welcome.
The hands just never stop clapping.
It sounds silent right now.
Okay.
Is there a tree falling?
So Aniela attacks Johnny and stabs him. At this moment, did either of you fear he was dying? Because I was like, if they killed Johnny, that would be the craziest twist.
I was just like, as soon as he asked about the favorite mission, I'm like, okay, so he knows it's not Dutch.
Yep.
But I'm like, dude, you're just going to put your gun, like, right to her head there and not just pull the trigger or anything? Like, I know he doesn't want to kill her because it kills Dutch,
Right.
but it's just like, how did you think that was going to go? She has superhuman strength, basically, and a sharp object in her hand.
Yeah.
I guess it's sort of like I don't know that he has any move except to hopefully catch her off guard enough to like be his, to, like, just stay as a prisoner. like by holding her like a gun, holding a gun to her head, because he knows if he shoots her, Dutch is dead, so he can't do that. And like I guess he could shoot her in like the leg or something. That might have been a good move, but she has. Oh, good point.
Yeah, wouldn't have done anything. She'd be like, "Ouch, that tickled." But like, I agree that it was pretty clear that he knew it wasn't her, and that's such an amazing performance as an actor to be able to, like, portray to an audience, I know what I'm doing, and I know that this isn't her, but I still am playing along. You know what I mean? Because you're playing a part of somebody who's trying to trick you.
I mean, that was funny last episode with their fake acting. Oh no, what are we going to do?
That was my favorite part, was the and then when Johnny's bleeding and we have Lucy calling for help. Oh, Lucy saving the day. Especially, I think we complained like 2 seasons ago that Lucy like ignored some pain that Johnny was in or that somebody was in and didn't call for help.
Lucy's just very choosy with when she actually wants to do anything, though.
Or sure which information she shares. Like she didn't. Oh, she also didn't tell Dav, hey, it was Aniela.
Yeah.
Aniela stabbed Johnny.
Hey, they want to lock down the ship. What's going on, Lucy? Well, Johnny's not doing too good.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
She works 4% of the time, but well when she does.
Nice.
Yeah.
More than 4%. You got to give her like 60, 70%, but that's a real crucial 30%.
So Zeph expresses her love at it. You heard me. I was like, no, she's going to die now.
God, I was just thinking that bear hug would be so painful after having a blunt object shoved into your sternum.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That said,
I think she
loved the idea of a Jacoby sandwich. I was all about it.
More
you
of
did, Yael.
the
Of
Jacoby
course you
curse
did.
sandwich.
Yeah, that was like, one, girl, you're gonna die.
Dad, you said I love you to him.
But in fairness, he didn't say it back, and I think it's more when
has to
he.
love
I
you.
think Johnny. I think the way the curse works is Johnny has to love the person
And sleep with them.
and that. No, that doesn't always
No,
happen.
because Elvis died without him sleeping with him.
Johnny did. That was you
Aaron
can't-
Ashmore on Twitter admitted that he fell in love with Elvis.
Really? Because I was not going to.
Did you not see those tweets?
I
I
did
didn't.
not.
I was not
I
going to blame that
tweeted
death
Morgan
on him.
Kelly, and I tweeted them, and I was like, how could you do that, falling in love with Elvis? And, you know, Aaron, I'll find the tweet, and you guys continue on.
But there are
okay.
plenty of women that he has not slept with. It just he fell for in the episode where they're tagged in season 1.
Yeah.
And he's like
woman
undercover
on
as
the-
a slave,
right,
basically.
Right, the woman in the it was a hawk. They like farmed hawk.
Yeah, something like that.
Or
She
Jack or
either way, she died
Yeah, and they
because
didn't
he
sleep
had
with-
feelings for her.
Right, you're
He
right.
doesn't have feelings like that for Zeph, so Zeph's okay. Still though, she's asking for
She
it.
is asking for it. Last episode, she
More
flirted.
ways than one.
See, Aaron Ashmore said, John and Elvis's love was so pure, I'm sorry it ended like this. Morgan will miss you. You did a great job as Elvis.
I like that he's taking credit for things that I don't think were part of the Jacoby curse. I'm going to take credit for that death as well. Speaking of the opposite of death, let's
Aaron,
talk about...
you know, John Jacoby is actually the biggest villain in this show. The
I
lady is
love
actually
that.
building this all up to go against John Jacoby's love curse because he loved her into the green at one point in his past.
And the memories were removed.
The memories were removed.
She's a childhood love of Johnny Jacoby, the first victim of the Jacoby curse. This is all about Johnny. All right, Yael, please move us on.
Okay, I want to talk about the baby.
Oh, the
baby!
baby!
So Avin and Kendry, that's what I'm going with. They are talking about raising this baby.
This
that
is the
was-
most awkward.
Hold on, let's get this pronunciation. Baby.
Baby.
Apologies. My notes say baby everywhere I wrote it.
It's true.
baby.
There's an apostrophe in
Yeah.
baby.
Baby.
God.
That was directed. I felt like that was directed at us.
All right.
that Davin was like,
How do you feel
about
about
apostrophes?
All right.
The space apostrophe is a very crucial part of Crushy society.
That has to be for us. It just has to be. It's just, if Michelle has never watched the show before, I'd be like, okay, that's not for us.
I don't think Michelle has watched this show.
We have no evidence of that.
From seasons 1 to 3, us tweeting at her about apostrophes and making fun of the fact that the names are just so weird, and her replying on Twitter, it has to be for us.
All right.
I'm gonna claim it.
I do. I love the like little Easter eggs where you're having fun. Where like I love that in any sci-fi show where you're having fun with not just the world that you've built, but also like the show itself. And I know exactly what you're.
For example, how do you feel about the name Michelle? Like Michelle Lovretta?
Hey,
Michelle, I don't know, bossy yet. What was it? It was like bossy yet
Gets things
effective.
done.
Yet
Yeah,
bossy
effective.
yet effective.
That's it. I love the whole baby discussion, especially as they're
D'Avin's really cute.
as they're like flying up in space. When he was like, "How involved is Aniela gonna be?" She's like, "I don't want guns in my house." It was really cute because I think they're realizing there's gonna be a baby.
There's gonna be a baby.
Well, she's now realizing that the fact that they've declared this truce, that they're sort of like agreeing to work together, means that she's gonna give birth to this baby at any moment.
Yeah.
Like she's look at Say It. She's ready to pop.
I'm just laughing.
But D'Avin is gonna be there, and at least for now, that truce is still active. Which means that D'Av is going to be involved in this baby's life.
He's gonna be a father.
Oh my god. They're literally like, they literally Darth Vadered him. Where they're like just in this capsule spinning away through space. You have Johnny who shot her and hates her guts because she killed Potter.
Yep.
With D'Avin, who's just excited at the prospect of fatherhood at the moment. And she's just sick of both idiots.
Yeah.
Yet grabs their hands when they're about to.
That was so great when
She's like, "Shut up." Every character just had their moments. And we'll get to the other ones, but
Well, so I love this dynamic, and it's mirrored in the Aniela and Dutch truce as well, which we will get to in a bit. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to thank the fans,
Oh,
if
why?
I may. Because they've been with us all season long, and we really, really appreciate everyone who has chimed in, everyone who has been live with us, and people who rate and review on iTunes. If you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars. The other stars, they don't work. They are broken. I broke them. You're welcome. If you do give us 4 stars, though, please comment as to why. What did I do wrong? That's just not fair. But if you give us 5 stars, you get it read live on the air. That's what we're going to do now.
That's right, ladies. You get it read live on the air. A lot of
Just
these
the ladies?
couple.
Wait, just ladies? You
Well,
said that's
No,
right,
everybody
ladies.
can.
That's right, ladies and guy couples who torture together, stay together. Lanaves fracking up a robbery in such a Jelko move, seducing the STD of villains with your curves. BDSM and wiliness is such a Bonna move.
Borna,
I love
Borna.
it. Oh, Borna.
It says Bonna move.
Well,
but-
it's
Borna.
either way, it's Borna.
Well, I killed the voice. I'm happy that Aniela and Dutch are linked. That means my immortal space lesbians have a higher chance of surviving, since Dutch probably won't be killed off.
Nice. I love that review. Thank you, Lanaves. Thank you so much to everyone who has reviewed and joined us all season. Because of you, we get amazing guests.
You gotta tweet out renew Killjoys, though.
Yeah,
because now is the
absolutely.
time on Sprockets when we dance, and that's when it needs to happen.
Yeah. So hashtag renew Killjoys, hashtag Killjoys, at Sci-Fi, at Space Channel, and at McCumberk. McCumber C for Chris McCumber, who is in charge at Sci-Fi. Let's spam the F out of him. That's my call to action. Okay, let's talk about the Last Supper.
Oh my god.
You mean the literal?
Literal Last Supper. I think it was tweeted out a picture of them and the Last Supper side by side.
Which is Pre and Garrett's wedding as well.
Yeah, Pre Garrett or wedding, Gare Bear. Which at that moment I went, oh no, Gare Bear's gonna die.
I thought so too. I spent
Oh,
most of this
God.
episode assuming he was gonna die.
I thought they both were, and I was like, no, don't kill Pre.
Oh no, I was not gonna have it. Not gonna have.
But I know what you're talking about. There was a moment like where stuff's going down. I legitimately thought they were going to blow that planet.
Yeah, because
with
like with
Pre
what they
and
did to
Garrett
Old
on it.
Town, and like what they can do and the capabilities they have, you're just like they're all standing around talking about like, oh, it's still the honeymoon, whatever, and nothing's happening, and I'm just like, Is this whole place just gonna get incinerated? Like, are they gonna kill everyone we love?
Yeah, every time they said it was their honeymoon, it's still our honeymoon. I went, no, you're gonna die.
Seriously.
But
Did
we
anyone
didn't.
scan Pre's barcode and see how much he cost?
I like the barcode. I like that he went from like glitter and gems on his eyelashes to a barcode across his face. I also love his threat to Turin that if they die or if something happens, he's going to shave his head.
Yeah, if they get there before him.
Oh, right. If they get to the rendezvous point, he's going to shave his head. So great. Because we're always making fun of his stupid hair.
I know, right? Which is ironic because Pre's the one who had that hair first.
Warlord Pre with his...
Yeah, Warlord Pre.
Turin's real proud of that hair, though.
Yeah. He's also proud of his new asshole smell.
Weirdest catchphrase ever.
Fancy's look to him was so good.
The way he like looked down and then looked back up was just so all the chemistry between the cast members just like came out in full force. Even like with Dan Garrett when it's like, yeah, we don't know if they're coming through the front or the back, and he's like, ha, 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 that was a good one. I don't need your validation.
I agree. I think the performances were really amazing, and seeing people that we kind of haven't really seen work together for 3 seasons get together and like behave this way.
I thought you were a pacifist. Got over it.
Yeah, he enjoyed that gun. What? He did.
Ew.
Shut your mouths. I just think that Turin and Fancy working together, being like, it's war, we got to deal with this, was really amazing. The whole fight sequence, because I always find it really interesting when you have like spaceship wars where it's spaceships shooting each other or crashing, and then there are people on the ground, and you're like, well,
What can they even do?
yeah, what's happening here? So the idea that we had the spaceship war, realized, oh, we need to go down to the ground now and take it to the ground. It was a really well done war.
It looked
Did you
good
have
too.
a wargasm?
I'm going to tell you the truth. This episode gave me a few. I'm a multiple wargasmer. All right. So,
Cue the tweet to come in.
so good.
That was the higher ups here going like, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down.
I like Zeph's
you
innocent
asked.
role of just like coming up. Is it war yet?
Let's talk about Zeph. Zeph and Pip. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was straight out like the Tony Shalhoub character and the octopus girl from Galaxy Quest. When they started making out and like it came down off camera like that, I was like, oh, this is straight out of Galaxy Quest. With the 2 weirdest characters.
No. I don't like Pip, and
It's
I'm starting
not-
to like Zeph.
It's
I
not a
don't
love
like-
thing. It's not a love thing. It's a
It's an end of the world
adrenaline.
thing.
yeah, you know, screw it. Why not get your rocks off?
Look, Zeph's
Have
an
a
indoor
wargasm.
kid. Like, she clearly like hasn't had been with a lot of people if she's falling for Johnny like that. Like, I think it's safe to say she's just like, I gotta get me some before I die.
Every good finale in 2017 needs a sex scene.
Is that the rule?
That's the rule. This one had less ass than the others, so you know.
You know what this one did have that I want to make
adds
sure
up.
we definitely don't skip over was a shirtless Johnny. And I gotta say, his body's looking so
You mean when
good.
he was dying?
Yeah,
Yael?
so here's the thing. We haven't had a shirtless D'Avin in so long. And I appreciate that we've gone, you know what? We're not going to do this with D'Avin.
Yeah, but Johnny's always been ripped. It's funny because like he could be Davin's role. It's just his face is so too innocent. Is that what it like? I think
so because
he's really freaking ripped.
Luke has the square jaw.
Yeah, he
whereas-
just looks like a soldier. Johnny just looks like that upstanding Christian guy who works out. I'm sorry.
Well, I appreciated it since we killed off my shirtless monk.
I'm glad you were excited to see some bare-chested, like, covered in blood.
When Seth tears it open, I was like, yes. Okay, let's get to the main event: Neela versus Dutch. These scenes with them fighting, loved it. I like the idea that our hero is in black and our villain is in white, because so often on shows they go, let me clarify this for you, and the good guys in white hats. So
Yeah.
I love the idea of switching it. And then when they decide to team up and they're going to go after the lady together because all of the memories are there now, And they go in, and I think what we've established is that the green, what did she call it? The green world?
Yeah.
Or the green space?
The green
space.
Green space.
Yeah.
Is the negatives. It's the inverse. That's why they're blonde. They're in opposite colors. And that explains why my silver fox is a brunette.
Yeah, I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's like the negatives of their personalities.
No. I think it's just the
So
look.
you think we're going to be traveling through different memories and seeing like Johnny in a different, like we'll see Johnny.
No, I don't think it's, well, maybe. I mean, they might use memories as settings for like meetings. It'll be a good way to sort of ground everything. I mean, when you go into, when you create a world that is entirely cognitive, like it's all in the mind, expressing that on film can be difficult. So
like
I think
an astral plane?
Yeah, a little bit, but like, I mean, it's not a tangible place,
Right.
so you have to find
I
a
was
way to
thinking, like,
represent it.
Here's the thing,
I was
though,
given a legion.
is like if you go into season 4 with that being the end of season 3, that's not really sustainable in having 2 of them. So like, I really think within an episode or 2, they have to either have Aniela save Dutch by like they need to have them merge together or something like that.
I think they'll merge. I think the fact that they're talking as one at the top and the bottom of the episode, I think that's pretty clear that I don't think they can come back out of the green except as one person.
Yeah.
Without bringing the lady with them.
I think at this point, we should head into...
Well,
Yes?
you're going to go into predictions?
Yeah, we're about to predict the rest of the next season.
Oh, okay.
Knowing you two, that's all you've got
Your
left.
AFTERBUZZ
Yeah.
Things to
TV.
predict.
With this plot line, yes,
Yes.
it's mostly predictions.
I think that the moment where Klein gives them separates the thing and gives them 2 swords is that Klein is a planner, and this has been his plan all along.
Well, you look at, again, like one thing becoming 2.
Right.
And they're going to have to
Put it back together.
become 1 again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it adds up, and like what they're talking about is that the lady can get out through like the door that was opened, like when Aniela pulled Dutch out. Like if the green space is like a whole like plane of existence, that is now the access point. It's the weak spot between worlds.
So how'd she make a bunch of spiders?
I don't know. That was
don't
flipping
know.
crazy.
I think we'll get more answers next season about what the lady can and can't do.
Yeah, she can't bring herself out, but she can bring some certain things, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, I feel like the way it's set up for next season, at least the first episodes, will be Aniela and Dutch in the green space with Klein. I would even predict that Klein's coming back next season, because I would love that, and that would make me happy. But
I mean,
also,
at least for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
But I could see him coming back through. I could see that happening as well.
Do we make Klein the
No,
lady?
I kind of, at one point when he was there, assumed that the lady was like speaking through him.
I think that was the idea, is that Neela doesn't want to trust her memories because they've been manipulated before, specifically using Klein. Like we saw that's been done in the past, and I think that was the lady doing it. So the lady has been posing as Klein previously.
But you think she's no longer doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe this is Klein.
Well, here's the thing: is she could do that because her memories were incomplete. There were gaps in memories that the lady could pretend to fill in. So now that Neela's memories are whole, with that transneuralizer device, which is kind of cool, I was wondering what that was for, and then she uses that on Neela to give her all her memories. That was a cool moment. It was really weird how they like merged into a very shallow puddle, but
they went into the green because they weren't just going into a tub; they were going into it.
Yeah. They legitimately went into the green.
I think it's such a great way to do it. The shallow puddle makes it more believable than the tub that they're going through. I also think that I really hope next season starts with Johnny and D'Avin, Kendry, and the baby on Lucy, and like Lucy having to deal with a baby because I assume
it barfed on my floor, John.
Yeah.
what is this, John?
Well, sometimes Lucy, when a man and a woman
Don't have sex.
Yeah, right. I love that. Did
yes.
we?
Well, then I can see Johnny being like, well, except in this case because it was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know how it happened.
Did we do it? I'd still be washing, and you would remember. I really liked the scene with Turin when he's like, "Come on, we just got to get out of here." No, I'm gonna go down with the ship. You're not the captain. Just let me have my goddamn hero moment. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, no, Turin had some really good lines, and when he's saved and Fancy says to him, like, you still have that new asshole smell. I really thought he was gonna be like, well, that's because I shat myself.
They killed Nugget.
I'm glad Nugget's gone.
Yeah, I was sort of done with his character.
That character would be great in a Star Wars film, though. That actor, he'd go
I was
great.
like,
Not the character, sorry, but that actor would be great in a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these things, like a lot of the costumes are super inspired by Star Wars. Like even like when you look at Aniela in the last scene,
Oh, yeah.
she looked like she was a light Jedi. Like it was straight up a Jedi costume, kind of.
Maybe that's a little wink at like maybe she isn't as bad as we think.
Maybe.
Right? Because I think we talked about last week that she might not be evil.
Did anyone
Yeah.
watch the Rick and Morty from last night?
No.
You mean from earlier this week?
No, from last night. Oh yeah, whatever. Yes, from earlier this week, the Rick and Morty last new episode of Rick and Morty.
No, we did not.
Okay.
I did, but
Moving on.
either way.
Just to double up on like the different personalities and how they'll merge into one to fill up their gaps. I thought was kind of
Yeah, I think ultimately like we're gonna see Aniela and Dutch like have to merge, but like whatever they do is gonna result in the lady following them back.
yeah.
Whether in one of their bodies or in the in like a mock-up body of Klein. I mean, we could also just see a new actress. Like it doesn't have to be a known person.
I still
I would
just
be
think.
okay with it being inclined.
I know you would.
Are you inclined
Yes.
to have that be?
Absolutely.
I still just think the baby is the lady.
I think that's very
like
possible.
when you look at the happenstance of things, hate to use that word, but when you look at that and you're like, okay, so Dulcea was hooked up to the ship, and then the core goo of the ship was turning into the lady's core goo of the ship and all that, and she had to fight against it last week, and now it's the baby is inside Dulcea. Like, what other reason would there be for putting a baby inside Dulcea?
That's true. The baby creates an empty vessel for the lady to take hold of because it is created out of pure Holland.
So like it doesn't make sense. The baby doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form, except for being associated with the lady.
I disagree. I think I agree that it would make sense to have the lady in the vessel, but I think it still makes sense for the Hullen because now they don't have to use weak people. They can just create their own, right? Because right now they're taking people and making them better.
Yeah, but I agree. If the whole thing is that the lady's trapped within the green space and she's trying to get out, and like her getting out is a big deal, the baby being there seems like it's built to
For
be
that.
for her in
'Cause
one way or another.
Nugget did it.
Right.
Nugget's the one who did that with ulterior motives working for the lady. So like I just feel like that wouldn't be just an experiment. Oh, experiment, let's do this for the hell of it. I don't know.
It seems like it's for her.
I mean, it probably is. It just makes me think we're going to end up with a grim situation.
Which means that it's what do you think? They're going to be raising the baby. Aniela and Dutch merge as they come out of the green, and they think the lady couldn't follow them, and then they find out that the lady's in the baby,
No.
or they don't even find out that the lady's in the baby. We
I
just
just
see goo
imagine-
goo gaga. Ding.
I just imagine a very powerful small child who everyone's afraid of because if it gets angry, it'll murder people.
I've never seen a show that used that.
I've seen so many
It
shows
was a
that
joke.
have used
It
that.
was a joke.
I also
yeah.
was like, you watch so much TV, that can't be a thing.
Zeph's the lady, guys. Prediction all time.
Twist!
I
No,
would
now
say-
the lady is growing inside of Zeph.
Pip.
I was about to say
No,
inside Pip.
Pip is
Like, that
pregnant.
doesn't work that
The
way.
lady's gonna come out of his chest.
I'd be okay with that. Kills Pip.
Oh my god.
I really am glad though that Zeph survived this season.
Everyone we loved survived.
Yeah, which,
Those two pilots, like Red 13, nah, bye.
But I'm surprised that everyone survived. I'm surprised. Well, I mean, aside from Alvis.
And Nugget. Yeah, but Alvis didn't die this episode. They killed him off for the hell of it last episode.
to start the war, to spark it all.
And they kind of killed him off for the hell of it.
Well, I mean, I think Kendry had a really good point, though, that, like, he was part of a religion that called her the devil and, like, was based around her.
I think the whole point was that he was just, like, in the place that Aniela needed to use.
Yeah.
And it didn't help his case that he called her the devil.
And it also didn't hurt that he was friends with Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these factors, and Neela's like, you're dead.
Wrong place,
kill you.
wrong time, wrong shirtless day.
I'm so sad. That's okay. I got Johnny this episode, so it's fine.
Oh, there you go. You got stabbed in the
Look,
chest.
like hashtag renew Killjoys. Maybe it's because you want more space battles. Maybe it's because you want more ridiculous apostrophe talk. Maybe it's because you want more characters to get shirtless. Whatever your reasons, tweet it across the internets.
Or if you like one of two brothers telling the other one he's his least favorite sibling.
It was really, really funny. For an episode about war, it was very funny.
Yeah,
No, this
Wargasm. It was mostly gasm this episode.
It was mostly gasm.
It was like 30% war, 70% gasm.
You know, this is a tight episode. They fit a lot in there.
Can you math? Because I can't math.
I can math.
You can math. That was so good.
Never go new ass to math.
Okay. Thank you all so much for joining us all season long.
All series long so far.
Yeah.
We need one more season. Come on, we need two more. We need more seasons.
More seasons.
I mathed.
Good job. But until next time, Zach, what other shows are you on, and what is your socials?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @ZachWilson. Find me there. Stay tuned for the fall. We'll see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. come back and like more stuff on the horizon. But until then, keep me on Twitter. Keep talking sci-fi and all kinds of nonsense with me there.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Stephen Lemieux, STPHNLEMIUX, doing the... I won't be here for 2 weeks, so you won't catch me on the next 2 episodes of The Strain, but I'll be back for the finale of The Strain. I'm really excited to binge watch 3 episodes at once. It's just like I'm just really, really looking forward to it.
It's like the thing you're most looking
Just
forward to.
the thing I'm most looking forward to. I do have to mention, we didn't bring the paper in here, but I do want to let the fans know kind of what's going on with AfterBuzz TV. We're restructuring our YouTube. Our iTunes is changing a little bit. A lot of the like shows are going to move to the same kind of their own show. There's going to be Game of Thrones weekly, which is going to be awesome. So year round, you'll be able to get Game of Thrones content. There's going to be a sci-fi show that's pretty weekly too. All of the shows
Syfy.
like Killjoys and Winona Earp and those things, they're going to be on their own YouTube channel called AfterBuzz TV Sci-Fi, which is going to be great. So you'll be able to find all the content you know and love on one channel and not get bombarded with 150 different emails a week going directly into your spam account. So now you can subscribe to the YouTube channels once they come out. Again, that's AfterBuzz TV Sci-Fi, where you'll be able to like follow us and all the shows we cover, because that's basically where we like to chill out and hang out.
Yep.
Because aside from Zach with his Netflix, we're more sci-fi people.
Yeah.
My Netflix?
You're Netflix.
You do Netflix.
You do Netflix a lot because
You
it
mean
has all the
Marvel?
Marvels. Netflix, Stranger Things, Zach.
These
Stranger
are all
Things.
science fiction things.
Stranger Things, Zach. Netflix.
All right. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYG. IEL, thank you again so much for joining us. And I don't know when I'll see you next, but I'm everywhere on socials. Look for that blonde picture.
Hopefully next year at the
Please
same bat time, same bat
find
place.
that blonde picture. Tweet it to us.
Just Photoshop
I
it.
need it.
I also have a blonde wig. I can do it later.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
That new asshole smell.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.